Have you ever heard voices no one else could hear? I'm Noah Bennett, an ordinary guy from Cedar Creek. And suddenly, I'm the only human who can hear whispers from beyond the stars. They say they've chosen me, but why? Stay with me, because what I've discovered changes everything we know. My name's Noah Bennett. I'm just a 40-year-old guy living in the sleepy little village of Cedar Creek. It's one of those towns tucked neatly between rolling hills, surrounded by lush forests, where nothing much ever happens. I've got shaggy, dark brown hair with streaks of gray slowly creeping in, deep-set eyes that always look tired, and a rough stubble that refuses to grow into a proper beard. Life around here is simple, at least it used to be. Everything changed one chilly Friday evening. I'd just finished stacking firewood by my cabin, hands sore, back aching, when I went inside and sank into my worn-out armchair by the fireplace. As the crackling flames danced warmly in front of me, I closed my eyes for just a moment, enjoying the peaceful quiet. That's when I heard it. A faint, almost ghostly whisper, drifting through the air, soft yet startlingly clear. Noah? Can you hear us? My eyes shot open immediately, heart jolting as I scanned the small, dimly lit room. Shadows flickered across the walls, but there was nobody else here. Just me, my chair, and the crackling fire. Who's there? I called out cautiously, my voice tense. Maybe some kids playing a prank? But Cedar Creek didn't have pranksters. Everyone knew everyone else. Only silence answered me. But before I could settle back down, the whisper returned, stronger now, tinged with urgency. Noah, listen carefully. You're the only one. I quickly stood up, knocking over a stack of papers beside my chair. All right, that's enough. Show yourself, I demanded loudly, my voice filling the empty room. My heart was pounding like a drum. I could feel adrenaline coursing through me, yet nothing moved. The whispers didn't seem to come from any direction, almost like they were inside my own head. Taking a slow, calming breath, I walked over to the window and peered out into the moonlit yard. Just trees swaying gently, the stars twinkling brightly above. Everything seemed perfectly normal, perfectly quiet. Too quiet. I rubbed my temples, shaking my head. Maybe I'm just tired, I muttered softly to myself, but I didn't fully believe it. Noah, the voice returned, gentler this time, almost soothing. Don't fear us. We chose you. Chose me. I whispered back, bewildered. But why? I'm nobody special. Just an ordinary guy. You'll understand soon, the voice assured me. But you must trust us now. I exhaled sharply, gripping the edge of the windowsill tightly. Trusting invisible voices seemed like a terrible idea. Yet something deep inside urged me to listen, to believe them. Fine, I finally replied, my voice steadier, but still cautious. I'll listen, but you'd better start giving me some answers soon. The whispers paused briefly, then spoke once more with unmistakable warmth. In time, Noah Bennett. Remember, you're never truly alone. Then, just as suddenly as they'd arrived, the voices vanished into silence, leaving me alone again, staring into the night with unanswered questions spinning through my mind. Whatever was happening, these mysterious whispers had chosen me for a reason, and I wasn't about to rest until I discovered exactly why. The whispers didn't stop. Instead, they grew louder, clearer, following me everywhere I went. Even during the most ordinary tasks, fixing fences, feeding the chickens, or simply walking through Cedar Creek's quiet main street, they lingered. One cloudy afternoon, I stood in the tiny village grocery store, staring absently at canned beans, when suddenly the voice echoed sharply in my ears. Noah, you must listen carefully now. I jumped, knocking several cans onto the floor with a loud crash. Heads turned instantly, eyes wide in surprise. Heat rose in my cheeks as I quickly bent down to pick up the mess. You all right there, Noah? Asked Maggie Porter, the store owner, raising a curious eyebrow. Maggie was a kind woman, silver hair pulled back into a tidy bun, eyes sharp and observant. Sorry, Maggie, I mumbled, embarrassed. I got a bit startled, that's all. Startled? she chuckled softly, bending down to help. Buy canned beans. Guess I'm jumpier than I thought today, I admitted with a weak laugh, standing up and placing the cans carefully back on the shelf. But Maggie didn't seem convinced. She watched me closely, concern flickering in her eyes. You look exhausted, Noah. You getting enough sleep out there by yourself? Before I could answer, the bell above the shop door jingled, and Oliver Evans walked in. Oliver was my closest friend in Cedar Creek, a laid-back guy in his late 30s with sandy blonde hair, glasses slightly too big for his face, and an endless collection of plaid shirts. His presence immediately put me at ease. Hey, Noah, Oliver called out cheerfully, nodding toward Maggie with a friendly smile. Am I interrupting some deep bean-related discussion here? Maggie smiled warmly, shaking her head as she headed back toward the counter. Oliver's joking manner helped ease the awkwardness. Glad you're here, I said quietly, grabbing his arm gently and pulling him toward a quieter corner of the store. I think something strange is going on. Oliver's expression quickly shifted from amusement to concern. Strange? What kind of strange? I hesitated for a moment, then decided I had to confide in him. You're probably going to think I've lost it, but I've been hearing voices, Oliver. He stared silently, eyes searching mine carefully. Finally, he leaned in closer, lowering his voice. Voices? Like ghosts or something?
No, iwisparat urgently.
It's different. Like they're from far away, maybe from another world. They talk directly to me, Oliver. Oliver let out a low whistle, his eyes wide with curiosity. Are you serious right now, Noah? Alien voices. I nodded, relieved he didn't laugh immediately. They keep saying they chose me, Oliver. They won't leave me alone. It's driving me crazy. Oliver rubbed his chin thoughtfully, clearly fascinated. Maybe there's something to this, Noah. Maybe they need your help. My help, I said skeptically. Why me? Oliver smiled slightly, gripping my shoulder reassuringly. I don't know, buddy, but whatever this is, you're not alone. We'll figure it out together. Just then, the voice returned, clearer than ever. Trust him, Noah. You're both needed now. I froze, staring at Oliver, heart racing wildly. Whatever was happening, it seemed Oliver and I were now both part of something far bigger and more mysterious than either of us had ever imagined. Nightfall settled over Cedar Creek, bringing with it a silence that was both calming and mysterious. Oliver had convinced me we had no choice, we had to follow the whispers wherever they led. So, just past midnight, we stood at the edge of my cabin porch, holding flashlights tightly in our trembling hands. You sure about this, Noah? Oliver asked, his voice barely a whisper. He adjusted his glasses nervously, squinting into the darkness beyond. Not really, I admitted honestly, a chill running down my spine. But if these voices chose me, then I need answers. And I'm not getting them standing here. Oliver nodded slowly, letting out a nervous breath. Then let's get moving. Where to first? Before I could respond, the whispers returned, softer this time but clearer than ever. Noah, this way. Come to us. Instinctively, I moved forward, stepping off the porch and onto the soft, damp earth. The moon cast eerie shadows across the grass as Oliver and I walked quietly, our footsteps muffled by layers of fallen leaves. Feels like a bad horror movie? Oliver whispered, gripping his flashlight tighter. Just promise me. No running towards any strange noises. Okay? I chuckled quietly, grateful Oliver's humor eased some of the tension. No promises, buddy. The whispers guided us deeper into the woods, twisting between ancient trees and tangled vines, until finally, we reached Millwood Park, long abandoned and overgrown. As kids, we'd played here countless times, but now the park seemed different. Stranger, somehow. Oliver shivered visibly. Noah, something feels off about this place tonight. Yeah, I muttered, my pulse quickening. It's definitely changed. Suddenly, my flashlight flickered wildly, casting chaotic shadows around us. Oliver jumped back, startled. Noah, what's happening? I shook my flashlight nervously. I have no idea. It's never acted up like this before. Then, the whispers intensified, vibrating gently inside my mind. You're here, Noah. Right here. Look beneath the old oak tree. My eyes quickly landed on the giant oak at the heart of the park. It stood tall, gnarled branches stretching like twisted arms toward the stars. I swallowed hard and motioned Oliver closer. We have to look under the tree, I said firmly, forcing courage into my voice. Oliver stared at me, clearly uneasy, but nodded anyway. All right, let's make this quick. We knelt beside the massive roots and started digging carefully through the cold dirt. My fingers grew numb, and my breath clouded the chilly night air. This better be worth it, Oliver mumbled, half jokingly, half seriously. Then, my hand brushed something cold and smooth buried beneath the earth. My heart raced faster as we quickly cleared away dirt, revealing a small, metallic cube that gleamed faintly under the moonlight. What on earth is that? Oliver whispered in awe, leaning closer to examine strange symbols glowing softly across its surface. I don't know, I breathed, picking up the cube carefully. It felt strangely warm, vibrating gently in my hands. Then, the whisper returned, clearer and calmer, almost soothing. You found the beacon, Noah. Now we truly begin. Oliver's eyes widened, mouth dropping open slightly. A beacon? Noah, this is definitely alien stuff. I met his amazed gaze, both fear and excitement surging through me simultaneously. Oliver, this isn't just about hearing voices anymore. Whatever we've gotten ourselves into, it's much bigger than either of us. Oliver exhaled deeply, finally nodding with determination. All right, Noah, let's find out what this is all about. Together. And as we stood under the stars, gripping that strange, glowing cube, I knew our lives in Cedar Creek would never be ordinary again. My fingers trembled slightly as I held the mysterious cube, its metallic surface pulsing gently with a strange warmth. Oliver watched, eyes wide behind his glasses, his breath visible in the cool night air. What do you think it does? Oliver whispered, leaning closer. Is it dangerous? I don't know, I admitted quietly, turning the cube in my hand, examining each glowing symbol carefully. It feels alive, somehow. As if responding directly to my words, the cube vibrated gently again, and suddenly the whispers returned, clear and strong in my mind. You found the beacon, Noah. Now we need your help. Startled, I nearly dropped it. Oliver noticed my reaction immediately. Noah, what is it? Did it speak to you again? Oliver's voice rose with excitement and a hint of fear. I nodded, swallowing hard. Yes, it says it's a beacon, and they need my help. Oliver let out a nervous laugh, pushing his glasses up his nose, clearly anxious yet fascinated. Aliens needing your help? Man, your life is way more interesting than mine. This isn't funny, Oliver. I shot back, frustration rising as anxiety clawed at my stomach. We don't even know who or what this thing belongs to. How am I supposed to help? Suddenly, the cube emitted a brighter pulse of light, illuminating the area around us briefly like daylight. Oliver stumbled back, startled, falling onto the damp grass with a surprised grunt. What was that? He exclaimed, scrambling back to his feet quickly. I steadied myself, gripping the cube tighter. Then the voice filled my head again, calmer and more reassuring. Noah, you've been chosen because you're special. Your heart hears our frequency clearly. We come from a place of peace, but we've been stranded here for too long. Our ship is damaged, buried beneath the earth. Only you can guide us back home. My chest tightened. I turned to Oliver, relaying the words shakily. They're trapped, Oliver. Their ship's damaged somewhere underground. They say only I can help them get home. Oliver stared silently, mouth slightly agape, clearly stunned by the news. Finally, he shook his head, a slow smile forming. Noah, you realize what this means, right? You're officially humanity's first alien ambassador. I rolled my eyes, but couldn't stop a slight smile of disbelief forming on my face. Seriously? Ambassador? Oliver, I'm a villager from Cedar Creek. I fix fences, not alien ships. Oliver placed his hand firmly on my shoulder, his expression suddenly serious. Maybe that's exactly why they chose you, Noah. You're trustworthy. If anyone can help them, it's you. The cube hummed softly, resonating with Oliver's words. Warmth surged through me, comforting yet strange. I took a deep breath, steadying my nerves, and spoke clearly into the night, addressing the unseen beings. All right, I'll help you. Just tell me what I need to do. The voice responded immediately, gently guiding my thoughts. Gather simple things. Wires, metal, broken electronics. Your friend Oliver is trustworthy. He will help. Together, you can save us. Oliver grinned eagerly, excitement dancing in his eyes. Let's do it, Noah. I've got plenty of junk at my place. Radios, TVs, old parts, you name it. I nodded, determination solidifying inside me. This wasn't just an ordinary night. It was the start of something extraordinary, something life-changing. All right, I said firmly, meeting Oliver's gaze. Let's save some aliens. Over the next several days, my life transformed into a whirlwind of secrecy and scavenging. Oliver and I combed through Cedar Creek, gathering everything we thought might help repair an alien spacecraft. It felt absurd just thinking about it, but the cube guided us patiently, its warm, humming voice always reassuring in my head. One chilly afternoon, Oliver rummaged through the cluttered storage shed behind his cabin, pulling out boxes and muttering excitedly. Wires, check. Old batteries, check. Look, Noah, I've even got this ancient radio. Oliver grinned proudly, waving the dusty gadget in my direction. I chuckled, shaking my head. You keep everything, don't you? Oliver shrugged playfully. Never know when aliens might need help, right? We both laughed, the tension momentarily easing. But deep inside, questions still gnawed at my mind. Why had the aliens hidden their spaceship underground? And why wouldn't they reveal more details about themselves? As we packed the items into Oliver's old pickup, I decided it was time to confront the cube directly. Taking a deep breath, I held it tightly and whispered, "Why are you here? Why hide underground? If you want my help, you have to trust me." The cube's warmth grew stronger, and its voice echoed gently, thoughtfully. Noah, we hid to protect both your people and ours. Not all humans understand kindness towards strangers from beyond the stars. You, however, understand us better than most. I frowned slightly, confused yet intrigued. Oliver noticed my expression immediately. What did they say now? He asked eagerly, leaning closer. They're hiding because they're scared humans wouldn't understand them, I replied softly, conflicted emotions twisting inside me. But Oliver, why me? Why am I the only one who hears them? Oliver adjusted his glasses, thoughtfully rubbing his chin. Maybe you're special because you actually listen, Noah. You care. You're willing to help without asking for anything in return. I think they see that. The sincerity in Oliver's voice warmed my heart, yet doubts lingered. Still holding the cube firmly, I spoke again, this time a bit louder. But you need to tell me more. About yourselves, your home, anything. There was a pause, almost hesitant, before the voice replied softly, tinged with sadness. In time, Noah, we promise. Trust your instincts, trust your friend. Together, you'll accomplish something extraordinary. I sighed heavily, frustration bubbling beneath my curiosity. Oliver placed a reassuring hand on my shoulder. They've been straight with us so far, buddy. Let's keep going. We've come this far, no turning back now. I nodded, determination surging through me once again. He was right, we'd already committed ourselves. Stopping now would leave a mystery unsolved, and that wasn't something I could live with. Later that night, beneath the soft glow of lanterns in my cluttered garage, Oliver and I laid out the collected materials. The cube directed me step by step, instructing us carefully through the process. Attach the wires to the circuit board. The voice guided gently. Use the metal sheets as conductors. Oliver's radio will amplify our signal. Oliver glanced at me, eyebrows raised with admiration. This feels like building a spaceship out of scraps. You sure this will work? I have no idea, I admitted, half smiling. But they seem to know exactly what they're doing. As the parts slowly came together, forming something undeniably strange yet oddly familiar, my heart raced with excitement. We were doing something incredible, something bigger than ourselves. Finally, the cube pulsed brilliantly, illuminating the room with gentle, reassuring light. Well done, Noah. Well done, Oliver, it whispered warmly. You've given us hope again. Oliver's face lit up with pride. Noah, we did it. I smiled, relief washing over me. Yet somewhere deep inside, I knew our work was far from finished. Just when we thought things couldn't get any stranger, the cube suddenly pulsed urgently in my hands, its light flickering frantically. Noah! The voice cried sharply in my mind. You must hurry. They're coming. My heart jumped painfully in my chest, breath catching in my throat. Oliver instantly noticed my alarm. What's happening now? He demanded, eyes wide with worry. They're saying someone's coming. I stammered nervously. Someone who shouldn't find us. Oliver's face paled slightly, his eyes darting toward the garage window. Who could they mean, Noah? Nobody even knows we're doing this. I don't know, I replied anxiously, glancing quickly outside. Shadows danced across the moonlit yard, and I felt my pulse quicken even more. But whoever it is, we can't stay here. We've got to move now. Oliver quickly gathered the assembled parts, stuffing everything carefully into an old canvas bag. His hands trembled slightly, urgency written clearly across his face. All right, he whispered, voice strained but resolute. Let's get out of here. We hurriedly exited the garage, stepping into the chill night air, our footsteps crunching softly against gravel. Every shadow, every rustling leaf felt threatening now. The quiet comfort of Cedar Creek had never seemed more fragile. Where to, Noah? Oliver whispered breathlessly, eyes darting nervously around. I paused, uncertainty gripping me until the cube gently pulsed again, directing me toward Millwood Park once more. To the park, I said firmly. Their ship. It's still buried beneath the oak tree. We have to finish this tonight. Oliver nodded without question, determination replacing his fear. Lead the way. As we raced through the dark, my mind raced even faster. Who had found out about this? The government? Someone from town? Paranoia crept into my thoughts, tangling them with worry and dread. Reaching Millwood Park, we found the oak tree illuminated hauntingly by moonlight. Quickly, we unpacked the equipment, my heart pounding wildly in my chest. The cube's voice, now calm yet intense, guided us. Assemble the pieces exactly as we instruct. Hurry, Noah. Time grows short. Hands shaking, we pieced together wires, circuits, and metallic plates as quickly as we could. Oliver struggled beside me, glasses slipping down his nose as sweat trickled down his forehead. Come on, he muttered tensely. Almost got it. Suddenly, distant headlights pierced the darkness, rapidly approaching through the trees. Panic surged through my veins. Oliver, they're here, I whispered frantically, hands fumbling nervously with the last connections. Oliver exhaled sharply, forcing calm into his voice. Focus, Noah. We're almost finished. Don't stop now. With one final, desperate click, the strange device hummed brilliantly, glowing brightly beneath our hands. The ground shook gently beneath our feet, and I felt a powerful energy resonating deeply. Oliver, it's working, I gasped, relief flooding through me. But our celebration was short-lived as vehicles skidded to a halt nearby. Doors slammed, voices shouting harshly in the darkness. Freeze! Don't move! Barked an authoritative voice, powerful lights blinding us instantly. Oliver froze beside me, hands raised instinctively, fear etched clearly across his face. Noah, he whispered nervously. What do we do now? My pulse thundered, adrenaline racing through every nerve. But before I could respond, the cube vibrated softly once again, its voice clear and calming in my mind. Do not fear, Noah. Help is here now. Confused yet hopeful, I held tightly onto Oliver's arm, heart racing wildly, praying the voices spoke the truth. Our entire future hung in the balance of this single moment beneath the watchful eyes of strangers, bathed in a blinding glow, unsure of what would happen next. Here is the story ends. If you enjoyed and want to watch more thrilling sci-fi adventures, make sure to subscribe to the channel, dive into epic battles, explore distant galaxies, and join brave heroes as they fight for survival against impossible odds. Let us know in comments if you want next chapters to publish soon. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and become part of the journey. Together, we'll keep the last light burning. Subscribe now and let the adventure continue.